You want to learn how to write a blog post? In this video, I'll show you how to write the blog post from start to finish, step by step. This is the exact blueprint that I use to make $20,000 blogging every single month, and I will share with you my top actionable tips for writing the perfect blog post that will drive organic traffic to your blog for years to come. The first thing we need to keep in mind if we want to be successful at blogging is that we need to offer value. We need to provide great content in the first place. Nothing is more important in blogging than compelling content. So, when writing a blog post, keep in mind the readers you're writing for and what can be in for them. Figure out what they might be struggling with and try to come up with a solution or show a way to solve a problem. So let's dive into our first step. First step to creating the perfect blog post is to choose your topic wisely. So first of all, before you start writing, it's essential to identify the keywords and phrases that your target audience is searching for. You want to find keywords that are searched a lot, so there is a large volume of searches but not much competition, and these are usually hard to find when you're only starting out. So probably your best bet is to use long tail keywords. So if the keyword is, for example, healthy recipes, you as a small website, as a new blog, you are more likely to rank on Google for a more specific keyword because there is less competition. For example, a long tail keyword such as quick and healthy vegetarian recipes for weight loss would work much better. There are different tools that you can use that will tell you the search volume and the competition level for each keyword, such as AhRefs, SEMRush, or Keysearch. When it comes to picking the right keyword for your blog post, it's important to consider what the user is trying to accomplish or find through that search. You need to take into account user intent, which is the underlying motivation or purpose behind a search query. Typically, user intent can be of three main types: informational, navigational, or transactional. Informational, people are seeking information or answers to their questions. For example, how to choose a smartphone. Navigational, people are looking for a specific website or brand. For example, Facebook login. Transactional, people are ready to make a purchase or perform a specific action. For example, buy red shoes online. So, analyze the search query. Look closely at the search queries related to your topic. Pay attention to the specific language users are using. Are they asking questions, looking for comparisons, seeking information, or looking to make a purchase? If they're ready to buy and then when they click on your post, they find a long informational or educational post, they will bounce back, and vice versa. So make sure you meet the user intent or you won't rank on Google. Once you have your keywords, sprinkle those keywords throughout your blog post to boost your SEO. The next tip I have for you when it comes to writing a blog post is to start with an outline. When you start with an outline, it's like having a trusty roadmap that keeps you on track. It helps you organize your ideas and gives your writing a clear direction. Think of it as the backbone of your blog post. So an outline will give your writing structure, clarity, and focus. It will help you define your main points, create a smooth flow, act as a reference point, and ultimately save you lots of time. Before I move on to the next step, if you want to protect your blog posts and any content you create from thieves and copycats, then make sure you click the link in my description box and the comment section below, because I have a free copyright notice template that you can grab for free today. Moving on to the next step, your blog post should be easy to read and understand. Start with a strong introduction. In the first few sentences of your blog post, use a hook that draws the reader in and makes them want to keep reading. Write in a conversational tone as if you were having a conversation with a friend. Avoid using jargon or technical terms that your audience may not be familiar with. Keep your sentences short and simple, and break up your paragraphs into smaller chunks for readability. People skim read blog posts, so use subheadings and bullet points to break up the text so that they can scan the information quickly. Use your own voice. Let your personality shine through. Your personality is your best weapon to make any content unique and to make a real connection with your audience. Be personable and relatable, but keep the main focus on your audience, their needs, and how they can help them overcome a problem and offer them value. Next step, you can have the best blog post ever, but if you don't have an appealing headline that would entice people to click and read, then no one will read it, so what's the point? So basically, your hard work, your hours of research and writing just went to waste. So make sure you have a catchy headline. There are specific formulas that you could follow. So for example, instead of traffic tips for your blog, use 15 growth hacks to double your traffic in 30 days. This headline will work much better because, truth to be told, people will read your blog if there is something in for them. If you can show them that the transformation that they will have after reading your blog post, it's more likely that they will click through and read it. So instead of saying traffic tips for your blog, just be more specific and say what they will be achieving by following these tips. Just make sure that you then deliver on your promise. Keep it short. A shorter headline is often more effective as it's easier to read and remember. So try to keep it between 6 to 10 words. Use numbers. Numbers make your headline more specific and create a sense of expectation. For example, 5 tips for, or 7 reasons why. And usually odd numbers work better in titles unless it's something round like 10 or 100. So come up with a few ideas for the title of your blog post and then use the free headline analyzer from Coshedule to check the score. Then tweak a few things according to the suggestions from the analyzer and then pick the headline with the highest score. By the way, if you're enjoying the tips so far, hit the subscribe button to get more tips on how to grow your blog and make money blogging. Back to the next step, make sure that your title includes keywords for SEO. Your blog post titles and meta descriptions play a crucial role in SEO. They are the first things that users see when they search for a particular keyword. The title is the clickable headline that appears on search engine results and social media shares, and the meta description is that short summary that appears underneath the title. They both should be descriptive, compelling, and relevant to increase your click-through rate, and they both should include your targeted keyword for SEO. Use header tags to organize your content and highlight important points. Header tags such as H1, H2, H3, etc. make it easy for search engines to understand the structure of your content. Use the H1 tag for your title and H2 tags for your subheadings and so on. You can select these header tags in your WordPress. Just remember to include your target keywords in your header tags and in the alt text for your images. If you are someone who doesn't want to start from scratch every time, you can get my SEO optimized blog post template pack that comes with templates for writing blog posts, a blog post structure outline and checklist, and as an extra bonus, on-page SEO checklist and 100 plus catchy headlines with examples that you can use for the titles of your blog posts. Click the link in my description box below to grab your copy. Moving on to the next step, add visuals. So you will want a featured image that will go with the headline to attract readers, and then anything you can think of that could make it better and break the block of text. So several images, make sure you include pinnable images which are vertical and can be shared on Pinterest. Infographics, click to tweaks for all your visuals, graphics and designs. We use Canva, which make things very easy. If you have a related video or a podcast episodes or an audio file, it's a great idea to add those to your blog post too. This is good for several reasons. People like to consume content in different ways. You interlink between things and you will keep them longer on your post, which is good for SEO. Just make sure you're mindful about speed. So make sure you compress your images before uploading them to avoid affecting the speed of your website. Next step, add your legal stuff. You need to make sure you protect yourself legally. You need a disclaimer. This is really important. This is a must-have, especially if you write about things related to legal matters, financial matters, health and well-being, mental health. You must have a disclaimer in place that disclaims your liability and states that whatever you say in your blog post is for informational purposes only, and you can't be held liable. And then link to your full disclaimers for more detailed information. Also, if your post is sponsored or if it contains affiliate links, disclose that at the top of your blog post before you use any affiliate links or mention any brand. You can just write a couple of lines, but make sure it's really clear that this is a paid collaboration. Even if you received something for free in exchange for your blog post, it's still considered a paid collaboration. And then link to your full disclosure for them to learn more. This is really important. It's a legal requirement under the Federal Trade Commission guidelines in the US and under several regulations in different countries, and so you can get fined if you don't have a disclosure, but also if you have your legals in place, you will look legit and you will build trust with your audience. You may also want to add a copyright notice where you claim ownership of your content and remind everyone that they can't steal it or use it without your consent. Again, click the link in the description box to get your copy of my copyright notice template for free. Moving on to the next step, end your blog post with a call to action. A call to action, CTA, is an invitation for your audience to take a specific action, such as signing up for your newsletters, leaving a comment, or purchasing one of your products. It's important to end your blog post with a clear and compelling CTA that encourages your audience to take the next step. So think of what you want them to do next and then ask them to do exactly that. If you keep it to one call to action, it will be most likely that your readers will perform that action. My favorite CTA is a content upgrade. A content upgrade is a valuable resource or bonus content that you offer to your readers in exchange for their email address. It's a way to provide additional value behind the blog post itself. So basically, you will offer a related freebie that will be more in depth or comes with advanced tips, or is a template, a checklist, an ebook that will help them with the topic you have discussed in the blog post. This is my favorite CTA because it's really a win-win situation. You're offering something really valuable and it converts very well because your readers are already interested and have shown a higher level of engagement with that content. The next step when it comes to writing a blog post that will drive organic traffic is to optimize it with RanKIQ. RanKIQ will tell you exactly what keywords and phrases you need to add to your blog post to be able to rank on Google. It will analyze the first top 10 results on Google, and on the basis of the blog posts that are already ranking, will suggest what Google expects to see in your content to be able to rank. It will also grade your blog post and your title and generate suggestions for you to improve. So it's definitely a tool you want to have in your toolbox. But don't worry, I'll link to all the tools that I mentioned in this video in the description box. Next step is to add links to other content of your website within your post. So interlink your posts with internal links. This will help for SEO purposes in building backlinks and will also keep your readers engaged with your content for longer. Now that your blog post is ready, the next step is to proofread your content and make sure everything is in order. To correct the spelling in your blog post, you can use Grammarly. Then double check the settings in WordPress, check the slug in your permalink, which is the last part of the URL of your blog post. Make sure it contains your keywords. And then, once you're happy with everything, hit publish. But your job doesn't end here. The next step for you is to promote your content for maximum reach. So share it on all your social media accounts and repurpose its content in different formats across all platforms. Add your blog post to your rescheduling queue so that it gets shared on your social regularly. Another important step when it comes to creating a blog post to drive organic traffic is to get links to your blog post so that it acquires authority and keeps ranking well on Google. You can link to this blog post from your other articles, and you can build backlinks through guest blogging, roundup posts, interviews, and HARO. HARO is a platform that connects journalists and content creators with experts in various fields. By signing up as a source, you can receive email notifications with inquiries from reporters looking for expert insights or quotes for their articles. So, responding to relevant queries and providing valuable information can lead to mentions and backlinks to your blog in high authority publications and prominent media outlets. Now, at this point, you might be wondering if these steps are still relevant with the advent of ChatGPT and other AI tools. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because one of my next videos will be all about how to write blog posts using ChatGPT. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao e a presto!